Praise God, our dear viewer, and welcome to iStep TV. I'm your host, Kevin Kamwangi. Today we get to host a very known artist to us, Dan Dola. We get to know him more. And welcome to our studios, Bwana Dan Dola.
Thank you so much.
Yes. And we want to know who is Dan Dola, and maybe somebody wants to know who is Dan Dola, the artist.
Actually, as you've said, my names are Daniel Dola,
Yes.
aka Dan Dola. That is the name I'm using on Music Ground. I'm known as a gospel inspiration gospel singer. Those are the things that I currently do in Kenya. Apart from music, I'm also working. Yeah, that's it. Part of it, yeah.
So you work and you're still a gospel artist.
Yeah, I work.
Maybe before we continue, I want to know which song has Dan Dola done and it's well known to the audience that is watching.
I have a song called Neno Litasimama. I have a song called Bustanini. I have a song called Nataka Nikujue. And they are doing very well in the industry. I have another one which is called also Punda. And that Punda, you have to be someone who knows mashairi very well. Then you'll understand it because it's a song that has got a hidden message into it.
Okay, nataka kidogo tu kwa kifupi uweze kuimba huo wimbo kisha tuendelee.
I have a song called Neno. Neno goes like this. Neno litasimama, neno litasimama, ya ulimwengu yatapita, lakini neno litasimama, neno litasimama, neno litasimama, ya ulimwengu yatapita, lakini neno litasimama, neno litasimama.
For sure, the word of God is an anchor in our lives.
Sure, that's it.
Yes. And you sang,
Yeah.
but you must have begun somewhere. When did you start the singing gospel music?
Actually, before I entered into the gospel industry, I used to do secular songs, which I did a song called Miles Away. Miles Away was a secular song which I switched after getting saved. That is in 2003. So after getting saved, I decided to switch that song from secular to gospel. It was going like Galam 1, Galam 2, up to 5,000 miles away from the lady that I was trying to sing for. But then when I got saved, I told God to switch all my songs that I had to gospel songs. So one day when I was just seated in the house, that song, something came into my mind, and I said that the part I was trying to sing for this lady, if I switch that part to Lord I'm One, because if you try to view the distance we are and where God is, and He still listens to you when you call on to Him, it could be a very good song. So the part I was trying to do like Galam 1, Galam 2, I decided to switch it to Lord I'm One, Lord I'm Two. That goes like, Lord I'm 1, Lord I'm 2, Lord I'm 3, Lord I'm 4, Lord I'm 5, 1,000 miles away from you. But if they take me far from you, I will run back to you, 'cause I will hear your echo, Lord, 1,000 miles. So God, no matter, it doesn't matter the distance you are, from wherever you are, if you happen to call on to God, He will listen unto you and to answer your calls very well. So from then I switched completely and decided to leave secular and venture into gospel. And until now, I'm an inspiration gospel singer. Yeah, and I do bongo gospel, I do reggae gospel, and I do hip hop at the same time. I'm a good rapper at the same time.
Your genre, it's reggae.
Yeah, reggae. Yeah, gospel music. Yeah.
And which year, like, did you've told me you're doing secular music, then you switched after getting born again. Can you share with us a little bit about how you came to accept Christ as your personal savior?
What I did is I was trying to look into some of my friends because I had different people who are saved already. And my biggest mentor is my mom. She's the one who got saved first, and she started calling us to come to God, but we couldn't listen. But it reached a point whereby I felt like we are not doing good, because I tried to look the things that I was trying to do in the world, and the things those people who are saved are doing on the other side of the world, and they were totally different. So, and the kind of problems that I was going through at that moment made me feel like I want to get something from God. So I was very hungry, and I really wanted to know what God has for us that we don't know. And those things I was told by my mom and other saved people, that if you want to know the good things which are based in the Lord's side, you have to come to Him. So I decided to go to God and call on Him, and I got saved. I changed my life completely. So from then, things started switching from what they were to what I wanted. And until to date, those people who are inspiring me are people who are in the gospel. Actually, I haven't reached where I wanted to reach, because salvation changes like every day, and yes, it comes with different things, and you have to learn them and get to adjust into them. So I asked God to give me that flexibility that will enable me to fix myself into the gospel world in a way that I won't go back. And He also gave me a song, Iyo Nataka Nikujue. It has a part of it that says that the devil tried me na nikateleza, na sasa sitateleza tena. So I'm completely into God, and I know what I'm getting in my God, and He has never disappointed me since I changed my life.
It's how amazing God turns things around for a person when you accept Him as your Savior.
Yeah.
Yes, you've mentioned that your mom is the one who played a big role when you were getting born again, which comes to my question. Your family has been supporting your music?
My family, actually, they are really supporting my music. They are part of me that I can't live without. And once I do a song, before I release it or before I give it to other people outside there, I have to give it to either my brother or my sister or my mom, or even daughters and sons, to my niece. Before the song goes outside there, it reaches them. And sometimes when I come in the house, I'll find them singing my songs, and I'm like, okay, so this is a hit song. Ikishaanza hivyo, it turns to be something good. So I feel like I want to give it to the world, and then I give it to the world.
Kwa hiyo familia ni muhimu sana kushikilia mwanamuziki anapoendelea.
Familia ni muhimu sana, maanake unajua saa zenye unatoa ngoma yako, muziki wako wa kwanza, kabla hata uende kwenye studio ufanye recording, hao ndio watu wa kwanza ambao wanakujua, hao ndio watu wa kwanza ambao watakusikiza ukiimba, ukifanya practice yako pale kwa nyumba. Ukishamaliza kurekodi, mtu wa kwanza wa kupatia ngoma yako ni ndugu yako ama dada yako. Hebu nisikizie ngoma basi uniambie kama iko sawa, niendelee nipatiane huko nje. So hao ndio watakupatia motisha. But sometimes unajua we don't really need to listen to either friends or families. When God has given you something and you feel like this is something that I'm supposed to be giving to the world, it has not been given to you by your family or even your friends. Sometimes they might feel like they are disappointing you, but there's a spirit that will always speak to you. Watakwambia, this song is not good, do it like this, but God has given it to you the way you're supposed to be doing it. So if you are a saved person, if you are a person who understands the way God does His things, you'll never look into their message, but you will look into the message that God gave unto you. Then you focus and do your things. Yeah, that is what has always been keeping me moving. So no matter, you will always get discriminations from people, you will always get disappointment from people. But when you go ahead and you do your thing and you drop it there, you'll find them joining the people who are liking your songs, and joining the people who are congratulating you for doing the good things that you're doing outside there. Then you keep on doing it. Yeah, so sometimes you have to bury your ears and you bury your head from anything that anybody says outside there. Then you be you personally and do the you that God has given you. Yeah.
So you're telling us personally if God has given you this talent to serve Him, do it. Serve Him completely.
Serve Him, and don't even draw back. Don't even listen to anything that anybody will tell you. Because, I was born at a place whereby we had very bad influence, alcoholic influence, and I had friends who were stealing from here and there. It was a very bad background, let me say like that. But, God protected me from all those things. Yeah, and the kind of things that they could try and tell me, you know, Dola, unajifanya ukunywi pombe utakunywa ukiwa mkubwa, unajifanya upendi kutembea na watu sana, utafika mahali yani utataka tu kuzurura na watu. But niliwaambia one thing, if God created me to do what you guys want me to do, then I'll do it. But if God created me to do what he wants me to do, then I'll remain in him. And until today, you know, sometimes I happen to meet them and they run away from me, you know, because of the way I am and the way they are. You know, there's a difference. And that is when I came to understand that, you know, when God has called you, he changes your life, then he washes you completely. Then you'll be a different person. And when you become a different person, those people who used to discriminate you, they'll even fear to come close to you. You get it? But I'm always trying so much to get close to them and talk to them sometimes. And but there is that difference that is between us. Yeah.
Okay, you've shared that, and God lights our paths.
Yeah.
And in every path that we go, God is the source of our strength. And
Sure.
you may have gotten somewhere in this journey of as an inspirational gospel artist.
Yeah.
And you find there are some challenges that are way too much for you. How do you handle this? And
challenges, I think, I believe that everybody has challenge. Be it you are in the gospel industry, be it you are in church, be it you are outside there, be it you are a secular singer. There has to be those people who will always try to discriminate you. Those are the part of the challenges that you will get. You're trying to do something good to be somewhere, but they push you back. You try to do something that is going to elevate you to a different level, and they feel like, no, this person is not supposed to go where he's going because he'll leave us behind, you know. And one thing that I learned in life is that just to be flexible and just to be me and do the me. So I've never been focusing on what people say about me, be it they are good, be it they are bad. Anything that somebody has said about me and it's good, I take it. And I learned to be someone who will never ask for anything. Like if I hear you talking something about me, or even somebody has come and told me something that you said about me that is bad, I'll never even ask you, and I'll never even feel like it has offended me, because it has not scratched me in one way or another. I keep on focusing on my God, and if there is anything that I feel that somebody has said that and it hurts me, I always go back to God and tell him that, you know, God, you are my Father, and whatever that has been said about me that hurts me, then feel it as my Father. Then he takes that pain away from me. So when he takes the pain that you have in you, then you get back to normal and feel like nothing happened. And I keep on with my journey. That is the flexibility that is in me. I'll never ask anything that is bad that anybody has said about me. I'll never focus on anything that anybody has said that is trying to hurt me or try to make me lag behind. But I'll focus on what God has given me and the good things that I'm hearing from different people that are there to mentor me and to build me and to keep on moving.
You've told us too that focusing on God and personally being focused,
that is the best key to success.
It's the best thing.
That is the best. And don't even expect to live in this world without challenges. Challenges are there, and they were meant for human beings. And we are told that, you know, if challenges and temptations are there. Jesus was tempted. Yes. We have to be tempted, but it will never be beyond our strength. So it means that the challenge that comes unto you, it's something that you can bear. It is something that you can deal with. It is something that you can overcome, not unless you don't want. You get it? Sure. So that is what has always been keeping me moving.
Yes. Yeah. And you've given us a story about your journey. Mm-hmm. And one thing that right now that I want to know, what else were you interested in doing before you decided gospel music is the way?
Actually, when I was in Form 2, I started with modeling. I used to do modeling. And I clinched like 3 titles. That is Mr. Ghetto, I got Mr. USIU. I wasn't in that university, but when we had gone to model there, they hired me to model for them. So I did there, and also Mr. Westlands. But I felt like after venturing into music completely, I felt like, no, I don't need to do this anymore. I need to focus on something that will make me focus on God completely. was modeling and me. Even though I was good at it, but it wasn't driving me on the God side. And we are told that you cannot choose two paths. You choose one path, and when you drive it well, it will drive you to your satisfaction, a place where you feel like you're satisfied. So when I'm in gospel, I don't regret. I'm feeling like I'm totally satisfied. And when I'm singing completely with all my heart, Yeah.
So you're singing, giving all your all?
Yeah, I'm giving all my, even when I'm at work,
Yes.
Even when I'm at work and I'm free, whereby I don't have anything to do, I'm always singing there and trying to come up with different ideas and bring up different songs, that will go there and blow the world once more. Yeah.
Okay. And before, I want to know who is that artist whom you look up to, who is your mentor with that?
Sometimes back, let me say 4 to 5 years back, I used to look at somebody like Willie Paul, because I was so much concentrated into bongo gospel. He has been my best friend, somebody that I saw. We grew together with at the same place. Actually, the school where I was schooling, we schooled together in the same school, but when I was in Form 4, I left him in Form 2. You get it? So there's a Kodira there. We have got Danny Gift. We have got Bensi. We have got Guardian Angel. Actually, sometimes I meet different people and they call me Guardian Angel.
Yes.
Yeah, they always tell me that we look alike, but me personally, I haven't seen that. But all those artists are my best friends since, if I don't focus on their bad side, everybody has a negative side and a positive side. But the best thing as a person, we are told always to focus on the positivity on someone rather than to focus on the negativity part of someone that will always try to drag him behind. Always be somebody who will want the success for anybody, even if you personally has not yet succeeded. You pray for others to succeed in one way or another. And one day your time also will come to pop up there. They'll pray for you. And even if maybe some of them don't pray for you to succeed, keep on praying, because God will always focus on what you did that is good for those people. You prayed for them to succeed. And if they pray for you to keep on diminishing, God will never allow that one to happen. He will always turn their prayers to your success. Since you don't have that bad heart, you don't have any bad thing for those people. Yeah. But those are my friends. They've mentored me, actually. Even if nowadays people say that Willie Paul don't do gospel, but I think even if he doesn't do gospel, he feels like he's okay on the other side of the world, that is secular songs. But there are songs that he did that are touching people outside there, that have touched different people. So I think my focus is there. My focus is not the secular part of it, but my focus is what he did that impacted lives outside there. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And you must have had that goal you set. Mm-hmm. And even now there's a goal that by the year, maybe in 4 years, 5 years down the line, mm-hmm. is somewhere you want to be. Have you achieved, or it's still in the process? I
think, like as I said before, like every day we come up with different ideas.
Yes.
And today you might feel like you're satisfied wherever you are, but tomorrow you see something that somebody has done that makes you feel like you want to do a different thing that will drive you to a different direction. So I actually personally haven't reached where I wanted to reach, and this one comes with the different ideas that I keep on getting like every day, and they keep on giving me different things to do, and I do those different things and they push me to somewhere. So when I reach there also I get a different thing that push me to a different direction. So I keep on doing things that elevates me to different levels. Yeah. So personally I'm still working hard to be where God wants me to be, because I have a goal that I've set personally, that this is where I want to be, maybe in 5 years to come, or even in 7 years, or in 10 years to come. But also God sets the goals for us. So always our goals will be there, but God's goals in your life will always, or for your life, will always prevail. Yeah. So that's it.
So there's a challenge that some that some upcoming artists do face, which is finances. And when you're trying to start your music, you face a challenge.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you encounter this, and how did you handle it?
So many times, and I think I even wasted a lot of cash in the process, because we are told that cheap is very expensive.
Yes.
So there is a time back there where we didn't know that we are supposed to go to bigger studios with quality music. Ours was just like we have an idea, we need to do something. Then we go to a studio, we are told that unajua, you have to pay 3,000, you have to pay 2,000. Then you do a song and it's out maybe in a week. So they just do that song and give it to you, but you're going to listen to it by yourself. Nobody will ever listen to it, because it doesn't have a quality like mastering. They don't master songs in a very good way that if you give that song outside there, somebody can listen to it and feel like I'm touched by this song. So I did like, let me say like 7 songs, which forced me to again repeat. So you see, I paid like 3,000, 5,000, 2,000, 4,000 there, and I had to repeat them again with like 8,000 to 10,000 to get the quality music. That is after understanding the music that I wanted to give outside there. So I used to sit down and try to listen to the songs I was doing before, and the songs that I'm doing at the moment. There's a very big difference, because now I'm kind of doing, I've understood music, and I'm doing quality that is supposed to be given outside there, and people can listen to it and feel like, okay, Dola, you're doing something good, and God is taking you somewhere. You know, they keep on encouraging me for that, you know, and I feel good when somebody has told me something good about what I've done. You know, it motivates me in one way or another, and it pushed me to where I'm supposed to go. So the challenges are there for finances, but it's because those days we never set the goals. And we never knew what we wanted to do, so you find it becomes very difficult for you, because maybe you're getting like that 4,000, and that 4,000 you're going to give it to a music producer who is going to give you a low quality music. Then later on you start crying. You get it? So the challenges are there, and it becomes very difficult when you have an idea, you want to record it, and you don't have cash. But it becomes very possible when you pray for God to give you that idea and to give you the job that is going to make those things pop outside there. So when you have the job, it will be very possible for you to write your music, have that peace of mind, go to a studio and then record it, and they will give it outside there. Yeah.
Okay, I want you to look at this camera, and I want you to talk to someone, maybe an artist, whom you can talk to and give them hope. They may be at a point where they feel this music, the challenge of finances, it may be part of what they are going through right now. What can you tell such an artist?
So personally, I would like to tell any artist who is outside there that life, first, the definition of life is that it's a paragraph full of joy, punctuated with sorrows and downs and ups. But as an artist, or even anybody who is doing a different thing that you feel like you need that thing to take you somewhere, you don't need to lose hope. That keep focusing and do it like you'll never do it again. Focus on God, and where you feel like you're challenged completely, like you feel like you're going to go down, pray to God and focus to God, and God is going to lift you up, because God has never let anybody down that has come to him. That is what I can give you. And even as we were once at a position where we could not even afford some cash to record our music, but God that we focused on decided to change our lives completely, and he made us, and today we are here. Yeah. Well,
I know there's an audience out there, a big audience that follows you. You have fans, maybe some will, and others who are getting to know you day by day. So what would you tell your family, friends who are watching this?
Actually, I have 2 families. That is, my friends are my family too.
Yes.
And I would like to tell them to give them thanks, man. Thanks, they have really supported me. And for those who have helped me share my songs outside there to other friends, and some are always calling me, telling me how my songs are impacting them. I thank you so much, and I want to tell you that I'll keep on giving you good music, and music that are going to help you reach other people and change their lives if you are a gospel minister, something of that sort. And I'll never forget with you. And you can get me also on Facebook by the name Dan Dola. You can get me on Twitter by the same name Dan Dola, or even Instagram by the same Dan Dola. Follow me there and you'll get to know more things about me, because before I give anything outside there, I always post a hint there. Sure.
Well, it's good to have an audience that is supportive, and we thank you for supporting Dan Dola. And maybe there's something that you have inside that's burning you'd want to share. Before you go to that, I want to know, is Dan Dola engaged, married? There's so many ladies who are watching him. It's good to know.
Actually, I'm not engaged.
Yes.
I'm not married. I'm not dating. And that one is not even in my mind at the moment. I think I have so many things that I'm supposed to do, like in gospel. And my focus now is God and God and God completely. And I was even forgetting something for the people that I'm working with at Microsoft. I really thank them because they've given me so many subscriptions. And I thank them so much for supporting me and for sharing my songs, and also for listening to my songs. Thank you so much, my colleagues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're getting to almost the end of our interview, and I want you to tell us, how can somebody who is interested to have you go and minister in their church, in their family, maybe you minister, how can they reach you?
Actually, my Facebook is open. My Instagram is open. You can send me a message on Facebook. You can send me a message on Instagram. And there's something that I always say, like most artists, like when you speak to them, ask them to give you their number, they'll refuse to give it to you, feeling like maybe you're going to bother them in one way or another. But a man of God, I don't feel like I don't think that is the best way to go. So I'll give them my number for somebody who wants to talk to me directly. Somebody may want to ask you something and maybe you're not online, and that thing is maybe burning him down or even is interfering with him or her in one way or another. So my number is just 0712 795 291. 0712 795 291. Anything that is within the gospel industry, you can call me and ask me, and I'll answer you at that moment.
Okay.
Sure.
So you've told me that Willie Paul has mentored you.
Yes.
We're in the same high school.
Sure.
And what would you've been with him, but what can you say to him because he has mentored you?
Like somebody who has mentored you, first of all, I always say that that person has given you something that is driving you somewhere.
Yes.
And that is what we call the positivity part of that person. So even though people have positive part and the negative part of their side, I think as a friend I need to focus on the positive side, because actually he gave me something that I was looking up to, and that is I said Willie Paul. So even though right now he's in secular music, that is where I feel like he's based. God is the one who gives us talents and different talents. And he can put you somewhere, but if he feels like maybe you are not doing well where he had put you, or you're doing well, but you're not fit for that place, he takes you to a different place. So, one thing that I like to say is that in music we have people who are there because of fun. We have people who are in music because they want to make money through it. But in gospel, I don't think where if you're supposed to be focusing on money too. Because gospel and the connection between gospel and God is something that is going to be long term, depending on how you're growing as a person spiritually. So me personally, Willie Paul has given me something that is going to grow me, and it will keep on growing me day by day, and that will never change. And I will always focus on the best part of him, on not the bad part of him that people keep on saying. And one thing that I would like also to tell him is that, He left us in gospel, and we would like him to come back because he was doing good than the way he's doing in secular industry. So he should come back to us so that we keep on spreading the word of God. Because I think we are supposed to be working on building people in God's side and not building people on the other side of the world. He should come and join us, and let's keep on praising the God that we used to praise even before he was starting his music, because that is where God had decided to put him.
As you had put it, that when God calls you to serve him fully, you can serve two masters. You can't
serve two masters at a time.
Yes.
And this is one thing that I would like to tell you. If you check the way my friend that is Willie Paul, the way he was growing sometimes back, and even if you check the views of his songs when he was in the gospel side, and you check the views that he has at the moment when he's in secular side, there's a very big margin that has been left. So it means that he's not doing something that God wanted him to do, or he's not doing something that God had called him to do. That is what, even if I meet him right now, I would tell him that he should come back to God and keep serving where God had based him, and he'll do better than the way he's doing at the moment. Sure. And another thing in gospel, si ati tumesota in gospel, doesn't mean that we don't have money. God is the father of all wealths. So when maybe you pray and start praying, okay, when you start, maybe you'll feel like maybe things are not working for you, but it's something that you're supposed to keep on doing, because when you don't have, that is when God is still making you, so that when he gives you, you'll know how to use it. You cannot just pray today and then you get blessed tomorrow. You keep on praying and learn never to ever blame God. Just give him chance to do his work the way he's supposed to be doing it. Sure.
Umesema in gospel industry watu si ati kumesota. Yes. There are those gospel artists who, for some reason or the other, they switch from gospel music to secular music. What do you think? Is that right or?
Actually, that is very wrong for me, and it's not something that we are supposed to do. This goes to all gospel artists, and like if you check the percentage of how gospel is growing and how people are living secular and come to gospel, we were born with a vision, and we were born with the mind of like serving God and not living God. So for those who think that they feel it good when they serve God today and tomorrow they switch, you're not supposed to have divided attention when you are on the gospel side, or when you are a saved person. When you're saved, get saved and focus on God and do your things in a way that they will live to please God in one way or another. So we have people, mi husema ni watu wako na tamaa in one way or another, whereby leo uko hapa, kesho uko pale. That is having divided attention, and it cannot help you in one way or another. Utashindanga. You'll keep on revolving at the same place. And things that the devil has given you are short-term things, and things that God has given you, they are long-term things. And when God has given you something, he gives you something that he knows that this thing is going to build my son in a way that it will take him somewhere. And the moment you start living it because of the influence, you'll never head somewhere. You'll keep on like trying to struggle and do other things which those other people are doing, because you feel like that is the best thing, and instead of growing, you keep on diminishing. Just like I've told you, if you check like the channels of the gospel artists who decided to leave gospel and they diverted to maybe doing secular, if you check the rate at which people are listening to their songs, there is a very big margin which has been left, because we have people who liked them when they were in gospel side, but when they go to secular side, nobody listened to anything that they do. But we have got people who have been given that talent to do secular songs, and they will do secular songs. We have people who are doing inspiration songs. They will do only inspiration songs, and they can grow very well there without even being stagnated by anything. So I always say that it's always good that when God has given you a direction, that this is the way you're supposed to follow that direction. If it's gospel, that just live in that gospel and never change your mind, and you will never regret. But if you start like today you are here, tomorrow you're there, you will never grow. And then we have got another type of artists whereby they are in gospel, but they don't divert to secular or even doing other things, but they tend to be so much arrogant. So when they are maybe in the limelight, they speak about good things, where in the podium they speak about God. But then when they leave that place, they turn to be something else. They abuse people outside there, they speak to them arrogantly because they see themselves as stars in one way or another. So these are the things that we, as gospel artists, we are supposed to live. We are supposed to behave like God himself. He's very polite to us. He's somebody that you can speak bad about today, but tomorrow when you go and call him Father, he calls you, he takes you in. So we are supposed to be having that heart, a very polite heart that will never be changed by anything, and be focused. And ask God to give us focused mind. We be like Daniel in the Bible, who never changed his mind, even when he was thrown in the lion's den. We be like Job, who never changed his mind, even when he was told to abuse God and die. In fact, God came in and told the people that were trying to tell him to abuse God that they are the one who had wronged him, and they were supposed to go and do what? And ask for forgiveness. So I think for everybody who has decided to leave gospel and go to secular, or even feel like maybe gospel industry is not doing well to them, they're supposed to be persevering the way Jesus persevered, and at the end of it, everything turned to be victors. He turned to be victorious. And today we see where Jesus is. Everybody, like, I can give another good example for the artists who are doing gospel. If you see somebody like Ekodida, he decided to do gospel, and it is gospel even if he's doing hip-hop, and it is gospel that somebody can listen to. He has never changed. He has never been controversial in one way or another. So that is another person that I'm looking up to. He has also been my mentor. We used to be together when he started his song, Yamadudu Chapo. That is something that was real, that I saw personally, because I was at school. I was schooling next to where he was preparing those Madodo and Chapos. So he's one person that also mentors me in one way or another. So sometimes when I sit down and think about them and check their lives and the way they have grown, I feel like they're pushing me somewhere. So we should focus. My main message is just to focus and remain at one place. If God has given you a direction, follow that direction. Never move to a different direction, because once you think about God and you start thinking about other things, you'll get stagnated, and that is where you fall.
Do you have a final word to share?
Just to give them thanks for supporting us as gospel ministers, and also we thank God for giving us the talent that we're having. I really want to thank my mom and my family at the same time for supporting me and for standing with me, and everybody who has ever given me support, be it I know you, be it I don't know you, but I thank you wherever you are. Generally, you guys are part of my family and part of my life that I wouldn't want to live in one way or another. Thank you so much, and may God bless you so much.
There you have it from Dan Dola, a very inspirational artist, and you've heard from him that all you need is to focus on God and serve fully. If you're called, serve fully. And we want to say thank you for watching High Step TV, and thank you for subscribing. And we want to request that you share this with your friends, share with the world, so that we can spread the gospel of God to many areas in this world, make the gospel known. And if you have a testimony, you have an artist that would like to be hosted, you can contact us at High Step TV. And we want to say thank you for subscribing. Subscribe, share, comment, and all this, we want to say thank you in advance. There you have it, and I've been your host, Kevin Mwangi. Till next time, subscribe, get the notification bell on, and till the next time, stay blessed.
High Step Media.